everyone and welcome to another exciting match of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. If it's your first time with us, here's what's about to happen. Two teams are about to race through the three boroughs of Tokyo in order to complete bingo board objectives. For every soul and character unlock they complete, they'll receive a point, and if they work together and complete 100% of graffiti in an area, they'll receive 3. And if a team works together and collects 5 squares in a row, they'll receive a coveted bingo and an additional 2 points. But they better watch their backs out there, because the streets take no prisoners, and each square can only be claimed by one team, and you don't want to be the team that gets sniped to a square. Oh, and one more thing. Teams will be playing with the co-op mod, which means tape pickups, challenge completions, and graffiti sprayed will be shared between both players. Good luck everyone, it's time to play Jet Set Radio Future Bingo! Hello everyone and welcome back to the Clash of the Modders. Our first team today includes a modder extraordinaire who will try and catch up to the competition and finally emerge victorious. We have Daft7 and Miku_DS from Team Unhandled Exception. And going up against them today is modder extraordinaire and a player who definitely hasn't rigged the boards with their bingo generator. It's 7th Ace and Kev360. And in the commentators box today we have the duo that thought Bruce Wayne brushed his teeth in the bathroom. It's Shovelclaws and, well, me.
Well, thanks me. Hello everyone, it's me. And...
me. Very descriptive, thank you.
Right, we got another banger of a match today. It's a shovel. Let's look at this board.
I haven't looked at it yet. I'm out of the bingo sync room.
On the screen.
Alright. I mean, so true. Yeah, this board seems really balanced. I noticed Highway 0 immediately has 2 really fast defaults, and Grind 15, one of the more fast defaults, or more fast unlocks in that stage. Benton honestly seems pretty fast. You do have to go kind of deep because Sky Dino and SDPP and Highway 0. But all of the unlocks there are like fairly quick. If the slowest thing you have in terms of souls in Benton is floating pink half pipes, you're pretty well off, I think.
I just love how blue the board looks, really.
This is an Expo board, certified.
Yeah. You can tell who's generated these ones.
Thanks, Expo.
Teams have just revealed.
This board just seems fast overall. 13 defaults, a lot of really fast unlocks. Like, this one's gonna go quick, I think.
What is this, Pinball Warrior 2? Am I right? Am I right?
So true. And the 2 graffitis on the board, 99th is kind of on the longer side. Not a terrible co-op route, very easy to co-op and break apart. RDH as well, definitely on the shorter side, but really easy to co-op as well. But I'll be interested to see how our players approach this. I mean, I don't think Unhandled Exception have done a single graffiti this entire tournament, have they?
I have no idea. Like, I feel like everyone's got to have gone for at least one, especially with co-oping, but maybe they just...
I feel like maybe they've gone for one, but haven't, like, secured it. But they are definitely more opposed to it, so I'm curious to see when those graffitis will strike and if any cool bingos show up. I see a few kind of fast-looking ones. I mean, Shibuya points into Hikage, and then bottom point sewers for that middle column, or middle row. I mean, that's interesting stuff, I think, possibly.
Paging Eclapricious, paging Eclapricious, there we go.
We got there. Alright, and they're off.
I'm not gonna, like, pretend I didn't do the exact same thing on one of the pinball matches, so...
That was my match, wasn't it?
Did I do it on 2 matches? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, Kev and Miku into Dogen. Miku probably gonna try to snipe Kev to ride his street.
Oh, the battle of the emulators. Oh, Kev fumbles that initial jump, though.
Oh my god.
That could be the frames that matter.
Miku,
but, you know, Australian internet, who knows? Miku DS gets right to street.
Wait, why is... Oh, okay. Sure, that was a snipe, sure. Go for it. I don't know why Miku grinded the middle rail again, and then Kev's going back, presumably, into a different area.
Well, it looks like Miku's going into Shibuya.
Yeah.
Maybe not now that Ace has got an Air 3, but that's the first kind of hint that anything's amiss. Meanwhile, Daft
go there to get out.
An advantage.
Yeah, relax.
Yeah. Looks like Kev was gonna join Daft, but decided against it, going over to Kogane. Not sure what Miku will be doing, knowing that Ace is in Shibuya Terminal right now.
Ace going into Chuo, it seems. Air 4 and south of Hayashi, both very quick. But honestly, I think hopping over to Hikage is probably the better play in my mind. The two really fast defaults into each other works really well, I think.
And we've got 99th, 100k and Air 4 from Daft as well. Miku and Hikage, Ace and Chuo. Just everyone's in different areas right now. This is one of those rare boards where just everything is so good that people are just going wherever they feel like it and kind of building stuff from that.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this early game is one of the more interesting ones I've seen. There are so many options on this board that it's like I would feel kind of overwhelmed like trying to plan this out, I think.
Yeah, and there's Hikage Cubby. After a brief mismark on Hikage 300k. Rename, please.
Okay, look, this is as a misclicker, this is offensive.
We have a bit of goofs and gaps here. Meanwhile, Daft deep into dark side, going for Central Dark, going to be starting on the graffiti. Ace going into 99.
Huge.
Come on, Daft, you've got to get Central Dark quick. There's no way Ace is going to try and grab that quickly. Oh, there's Central Dark. Looks like there might be a slight amount of... Oh, no, yeah, that's fine. Bit of desync on Daft's end, but we can deal with it. That's why we've got the board.
Dude, this is kind of a huge play from Daft and Miku going directly for 99th. Graffiti now, it seems.
Just rushing that bingo.
Yeah, I think, honestly, on a board like this, I genuinely think you ignore it. Because you can make up so many points while they're doing it that it doesn't actually matter all that much.
Yeah, I mean, Ace has gone like wall ride and is just leaving, it would appear. My assumption is anyway. Sewers Tricks, Sky Dino, Highway Zero. Oh, Miku's in and co-oping. I've only just noticed. This is a very aggressive play, but, you know, between the two of them, a fast enough 99th could really catch Blazor stands with their pants down. I was about to say modders because we've got both members of modders playing against each other today rather than on a team.
Bitter rivalry.
Yeah.
But it looks like Ace is gonna get out and Kev just chilling in bottom point still, gets catwalk. Ace probably Highway Zero.
Right? They might be trading these bingos, so you know there is a point advantage to getting the graffiti over the squares, but you know, you've got Kev in bottom point, soon to be in sewers. Seemingly uncontested as far as Kev seems to be aware. Meanwhile, you've got Daft and Miku chilling in 99th Street. You've got Ace uncontested to both Highway Zero directly under entrance. Might go for an additional Highway Zero Soul if they're feeling greedy. Well, maybe not even greedy. Maybe they just know that 99th is a high likelihood. But that Sky Dino square is going to be important. Meanwhile, Kev...
I've been trying Sexy Fish for the past minute and a half, but once someone pointed out...
Someone gave Kev the help from above.
Thank God. That's not Air 4, buddy.
And that is another Highway Zero. So, I mean, there's plenty of squares in Highway Zero. Whoa.
Buddy. Poor guy. Falling down. It looks like, I wonder how many sprays do they have left in 99th? Because it looks like Miku's finishing up soon in light side, and then Daft. Okay, about 20.
Well, they've got plenty. Daft really... The thing is, with all the time they spent getting 99, the amount of board control that Blazor stands have managed to pick up, they are threatening two separate bingos right now. That Sky Dino Soul, not difficult at all to get.
They're actually threatening... Oh, never mind. I can't read. I forgot 99th Graffiti is on the diagonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I said, is you can just ignore the Graffiti bingo threat and literally just go for points. And I think, you know, the one time that I think Unhandled Exception are like, let's pounce on this Graffiti, it's not paying off because this board is just too quick. You can't ignore all of these fast points. for the even if it's a bingo threat, you can't ignore it because you're doing the longest square on the board. Really.
Well, I think what we're about to see will really kind of decide the trajectory of the rest of the match, because you see Daft is going into Sky Dino, it would appear. I would assume so. Where else are you going to go from here? Unless you go floating pink half pipes first, but Daft clearly has an idea. Ace looks like Ace really wants to kind of threaten that bingo, even if they're not going to actually go for that Tricks 45. So Daft has the advantage. Platform near starting spiral, easy peasy lemon squeezy to grab. There's not really a way to mess this one up. So having the advantage into the level is going to be huge.
Daft doing a pretty slow movement here, though.
Yeah, but jumps over. Ace notices immediately, turned around, leaving the level. But that is one less bingo they can threaten. I'm pretty sure Miku will be more than aware of that Churro Street threat. But Miku is so far into the graffiti route.
I kind of wonder if this makes Ace think that he's just sniped them to everything instead of them spending all this time on 99th, which might impact how Ace plays this board state. Because maybe if you don't think they've been going for it and you think, like one of them has just been getting sniped everywhere while the other does the graffiti. Well, that line of thought doesn't matter anymore because Miku closes out, gets 99th graffiti 100%. I guess now you know they're co-oping it.
Yeah. So looks like if I'm reading that right, bit of stairs percent, looks like Kev is going to be heading into garage. Air 4 is going to be a freebie, and that is going to be a counter bingo, assuming that's what they're going for. I think with both players kind of revealing themselves in dark side, it really puts Blazor stands in a position to just go, Kev, you can grab that square.
Yeah. And not to mention, Daft took like an extra minute to get out because he just died after getting starting platform on a bad side and had to just death warp through the level in order to really get out. So he's super behind, super out of position now to clean up everything else in the other two areas. Benton completely dry of points now. So this actually looks like the Sky Dino play is good if you get out as soon as possible and try to contest the other areas. Like Ace going for floating pink, I don't think is super worth it unless you think you're racing Daft for it. But Daft being so out of position now really puts them not able to capitalize on that massive 5-point swing that they had with the bingo graffiti.
I think what we're going to see is Ace is going to be working on top station and then graffiti. And I think that more or less brings them to the win condition that they're looking for. That's
already has 11 sprays, huge.
Yeah, because Kev was doing a bit of it. Unless Kev booms this air trick. Nope, nice. That is air 4 for
There's
Kev.
A bingo.
That is a bingo. So that puts 17 to win. 3 squares, or 3 points, I should say. So that crocodile heights is important. Top of the station is going to really swing the points in their favor as well. Hypothetically, Ace could just say to Kev, get special, get points, but it doesn't look like that's the case. Looks like a co-op is in order.
Yeah, this is really tricky, I think, if you're playing as Unhandled Exception here, because you either have to full co-op RDH or send one player in and hope you beat them, which you don't, our perfect vision. But in my mind, there are 2 plays here. You either co-op RDH and potentially lose out on the fast souls, or you do one person RDH, one person doing the fast souls in order to try to cut off the win conditions, which is a really tough call in a lot of positions, I think. But it looks like everyone into RDH for this last graffiti.
I mean, the big thing is Daft and Miku are going to have to really catch up on just sprays. Everyone's co-oping. Kev would have to have a massive skill issue in order for them to fall behind, I think. But it is still anyone's game. I mean, it just falls down to how does everyone play this, Does someone have a slightly better route than the other?
Yeah, if they have a better route, it's doable. I mean, they aren't like that far behind now, actually. They're at 20 out of 53, and I didn't see what Blazor stands were at last. 26. It's actually
26,
super close.
It's super
like
close.
Ace has
a lot of fast ones, I think.
True.
We're going to see a lot of sprays from Miku to 31, which is good, but it does look like Unhandled Exception or Blazor Stands does still have the edge.
Their position
primarily
is
just because
better.
Ace is further into the level, yeah.
Yeah. Because Daft just getting Sana there, and then unless Miku can find a stall launch to get to the top of RDH, that can't really support
Now, that would be
down
wild. That would change everything we found if we found a glitch in Jet Set Radio Future that allows you to get height.
And I'm hearing from chat that apparently Daft skipped a large, which is another problem. But it looks like, definitely all those fast sprays causing Unhandled Exception to lose out on the pretty close graffiti race.
Yeah. So, where is Ace and Kev going? It looks like some sprays. Oh, they're missing something.
They're missing one.
Ace will be able to find it immediately. There we go.
There we go. And that's game.
It's game, yeah.
Huge win from Blazor Stands there. I think overcommitting to 99th was really kind of how they fell out of the game there. But not being able to capitalize on that 5-point swing after locking in 99th, I think, was also really tough. But
looks like we're seeing Shibuya Miku and Daft Sewers to play out this board as well. So it's going to get a nice wrapped up game.
What does this board image look like to you? I can't really place it.
Oh, I see a dog.
We'll have to see who gets tricks because they're kind of close on tricks.
The dog missing its hind legs.
I kind of see it. You know that one smile emote that Daft uses a lot?
What?
Kind of do that.
Oh my god. Oh, we're looking at the Japanese katakana for Su or whatever. Or Tsu.
But it looks like Blazor Stands have just given the
Blazor Stands are just like, nah, we don't care anymore.
Go next. No one wants to play outboards anymore, man.
Yeah.
These Zoomers
Tragic.
and their Zoomer brains.
Yeah. We need to give them Subway Surfers gameplay.
Can we put Subway Surfers gameplay on the layout next time? Hecla?
Season 7.
Season 7 pinball, you have to play a Subway Surfers game, and whoever gets further wins.
God.
Just turn it into a Subway Surfers tournament. I wonder if those exist, actually. Now I'm curious.
Every 5 minutes, I add a new Family Guy compilation for the audio sources.
Awful.
If you think that's all, we should see the actual Pinball Season 4, but that's for the future. Right now, we've got a new board.
Woo, yeah! Alright. 3 really fast graffitis, Shibuya, Highway Zero, and Sky Dino. Benton, again, is super stacked. Another... God damn it, Ekla.
Yeah, I mean, I'm liking the look of a huge amount of Sky Dino souls. Everything else has got a nice spread, but a lot of quick stuff as well, so...
Jazz is on the board, huge. Big day.
Huge. It feels like it's been a while since we've seen Jazz. Or character unlocks in general, to be fair, besides Boogie. Have we seen a Rith unlock?
Have we seen a soda race? I think we've seen I think we've seen a Rith unlock. Anyways, I think there aren't too many like bingo threats to me on this board. Maybe row 4. Row 4 looks pretty solid. But 99th special Lamau kind of stops that. Here's your everything.
See where everyone goes.
That's fine.
Yeah, God bless you, Ekla.
I mean, there's some fast stuff. I feel like, I don't know. To me, I feel like you have to send someone Highway Zero open. Like, I don't know. Getting at least one of these graffitis really early seems really important to me. Maybe you send someone to Shibuya to start Shibuya graffiti really early, but it's really dangerous in my mind to leave these on the board and then get caught off guard when they are when you realize, oh, damn it, they're doing the graffiti, of course. But I feel like, because there's not really any good bingo potential on this board to me. So, just one of those
we're just
things.
gonna have to see where everyone goes, really. And it's like, Daft a bit slow off the mark, but going into Dark Side with Ace, which might be an issue. Miku getting the bus jump, though.
Good bus jump. Kev going straight to the tape, though. Oh, and Miku gets hit. Oh, and Miku gets hit. Oh, and Miku gets the fucking control damaged. Jesus.
That's absolute Chapter 6 simulator for Miku and the noise tank.
That's a banger. And Miku's doing graffiti pre-spraying. I guess it sees Air 3 get marked, wants to get those out of the way while he's up there.
Yep. Kev having a bit of a... Oh, and we've got some sprays happening.
Yeah, it looks like Miku's just straight up committing, which honestly, big fan of this. I like this a lot. But I think maybe go into Dogen, get isolated platform if you know you're gonna be around this part anyways. And this route is like super weird now because he started it in a weird spot. But
I never think you can start a route in a weird spot as long as you know where the sprays are and know how to get yourself from point A to point B. It's never too bad. But the two things
but he's running
keep in mind
cans.
is there's 30 cans now. It's fine. It's cool.
Charity rail, thanks.
You've always got to wonder: can you get 3 squares in the time it takes you to get this 1 square? And Shibuya is quite a big one. I mean, Daft and Miku are both uncontested to the graffitis. I wonder what Kev's cooking.
Well, it looks like Daft isn't really doing what the points 50k. That's wild. I guess those are 2 quick points because points 50k isolated platform down the hill. I did the thing again, but yeah, I mean that makes sense. Getting those 2 fast points. I mean, kind of depends on what you think Miku's doing, honestly. Which at this point, I don't know if Miku's deep enough into the route to hard read him going Shibuya graffiti.
Well, I think Dogen, like both of those Dogen squares, are a big commitment. And if that's your alternative to doing graffiti, I'm not quite sure if that like actually benefits, like if that's like a good use of time.
I also don't super love the positioning of the squares on the board. They don't give particularly strong board control. You're not blocking the diagonal that they're threatening with on the top right or top left, bottom right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about the Dogen play, just because I guess if Ace is in Highway 0 and got the graffiti, I don't know. It's a little bit better, but it really depends on how they capitalize on that in the future. Because I feel like if you don't really do anything with those Dogen points, then.
So the one thing I'm kind of wondering is the default in Sky Dino. Is Daft going to do anything with that? Because it looks like Ace is just going to run in and just pick it up from under Daft's nose, which fair play, but. It's like Daft's been here for a while, and Ace feeling confident enough to just run in and, grab whatever is scary, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like... Oh, Ace died, though. Maybe Daft picks it up in the time. Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's the tape route, which means that hypothetically, Daft could just go get that. Looks like Ace might also.
Honestly, if you're Daft here, I just get out. To get starting. Yeah, he gets starting platform, and then I would just leave. I think
getting graffiti is important at this point. I mean, they're 1-to-1.
That's true. I forgot about graffiti. I think I don't know if you're. This is weird. It depends on if, to me, because if Daft pre-sprayed some, then I think it makes a lot of sense. But if Daft is just here to get grind 50 and then leave, I honestly, I think grind 50 isn't super worth it, but I guess he already unlocked it, picks it up,
I think
and
Daft
starts spraying.
doing. Oh no, Daft didn't even freeze spray. I could have sworn I saw one too. Yeah, so you're right. Like Daft really doesn't benefit from doing graffiti.
Yeah, he doesn't spend. He's gonna end up spending his time here, and I think he realizes too late that Ace is in here with him. But we'll see. It kind of depends if Daft makes the read or not, and it kind of looks like getting cans here. Oh no, it looks like he's doing a death warp for the fans.
The ultimate.
Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, never mind. Doesn't hit it. But it looks, I mean, if he's doing the
triangle.
Yeah, I mean, we can assume that he's wanting out, which I think is a really smart play from Daft. You got what you game for is the souls, so, you know.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what they can do right now. I mean, like, I think bingos just don't exist. Oh, no, Daft's spraying that. I'm hoping that's just Daft on the way out, though.
I don't know why you'd spray on the way out. Oh, no.
Yeah, for the fun of it. Looks like maybe for the fun of it. Maybe if they come back later, it's just one less spray to do. So, here's the issue they have right now. They need to get Air 4. That is a bingo threat. They also need to grab a lot of squares while Ace is busy.
Yeah, I think... Honestly, if you're Ace here, I think you just go out, get Air 4. If like, you just did a out-of-map, right? I would just go get Air 4, come back to Sky Dino, and secure the bingo. But they're not in a good spot to capitalize off of their bingo threat, which maybe they just don't even really want it. Who knows?
Yeah. So Ace is getting quite far into this graffiti route. Ace is going to be towards the exit of the level on completion as well. Floating pink half pipes for Daft. Daft does have time to go make a start on Air 4, and Air 4 isn't too bad, but Daft really has to hustle. Like, Daft does not have time to be buggering about in Dark Side.
Yeah, what's Miku doing in Light Side? I'm sorry.
Special, it would appear.
That's interesting, sure, okay. Guess it's a point.
Yeah, well, I think it kind of lines up a bit for a SDPP Hikage play.
That's true, but Miku was in Hikage earlier. I spotted out of the corner of my eye, getting, what was it? Nothing, it appears. I guess he just got tape and left or something. So it's interesting to me that they don't set it up now. It is a fair play, but I feel like, I don't know, that column isn't super strong, I feel like. It's kind of hard to get to, but I don't know.
I mean, there's also the... I'm just looking at Daft and trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like there's a... Looks like that's an air? Maybe grind on the way? Air just feels that important that I'm kind of...
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised he's not doing air.
Because Miku going to Hikage, I can only assume, unless it's Churro Right Canal, also known as that soul that is objectively a bit whack. I mean, Miku is uncontested, but I feel like those bingos are where the plays are at, and Ace is going to get Air 4, I think.
No, it looks like Daft is just doing a real fucked up way to unlock it. And he gets it.
Yeah. Oh, that's God, what the hell was that?
Daft. Okay, well, inner machinations of Daft mind never cease to amaze here on JSRF Bingo.
So it looks like with Kev being in bottom point, it is just going to come to pure squares.
Yeah, for sure.
3 squares remaining in Kogane, 2 in Benten, 1 in Shibuya-cho. I mean...
Miku is in a rough spot. Shibuya. This is,
having anyone in like Kogane right now is just so valuable.
I feel like Kev being in Kogane this entire game, basically completely uncontested, is so. I don't know. It feels a bit unwise because generally when I play, I always look at who the weaker player is, and if you can completely shut them out, you're effectively 2v1ing. And I think leaving Kev, who is the weaker player on Blazor stands, completely free to do whatever, just spend his time however he pleases, is I feel like kind of short-sighted. It gives them a lot of options for wins.
Okay, there we go. So I was watching Kev for the last minute.
I saw it.
Whoa, the train boost though.
Every now and then, you just let people make mistakes and don't point them out. And I feel like I've been on Kev a little bit too much this match. But
so here's the T, as they say. 2 squares to win. Kev, uncontested in Kogane. 2 potential squares for that. Ace, uncontested in Jazz. This is looking scary.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Unhandled Exception, you need all of these except for one. And bad news, now you need all of them. And you're just in really bad spots to get all of them. Honestly, I think Miku made the call to go to Hikage a little bit too soon, because you already have tape. You can just chill. And Daft is doing the Daft things, getting grind 20. This is looking rough. I feel like you should have just made the snap call. You see 2 points in Kibo, you go Kogane, but not really sure.
Kev is doing a full lap, it would seem, so that does help. But I think even if Miku just doesn't have time to go all the way across. So unless Kev, I don't know, fails Boogie, I don't know, this seems...
Fails Boogie a few times.
yeah. When I say fails Boogie, I mean fails Boogie.
He really mucked it up. He knows the clip to get through here, which this is actually a super cool tech. He's just the GOAT.
Yeah, that works.
I saw him do that once. I was like, what the hell? That's a thing?
Oh, you didn't know about that?
I didn't know about it until he showed me, but then he showed me and I was like, okay, how does that work? Whatever. And I still haven't tried to do it this day. I just be good.
That's the classic way if you want to visit Lower Kibo. You break out like that.
Fair enough.
Anyway, we've got 16 seconds on the clock for Unhandled Exception to survive, I guess. That countdown is very much a countdown.
And it's a boogie, and bad news.
Boom.
That is game. Oh, he unmarked it. Never mind. There it is.
No,
you get the game twice. Huge.
BM. Banned. That is Blazor stands.
Taking a win.
Yes.
Incredible. Great news.
I'm so
Great news for Ace.
Down to Blazor stands in Yakuza.
And then I guess they're in Kibo anyways. Might as well just get points.
Yeah, might as well play out the board. Whoa, Miku with a beautiful stall launch.
Bad news.
Into Lower Kibo.
Not so beautiful anymore, but that's okay.
Shout out to Lower Kibo, my beloved.
My beloved. Now, what is Blazor stand doing? Oh wait, that's genius! Oh, that's so cool. I wouldn't have thought of that. That was dope as hell.
New air unlock?
New air unlock. But I mean, I feel like Blazor stands played that really well. Making really great reads on board 1 to not have to worry about the graffiti bingo threat. Getting their own counter bingo. And then in game 2, I think really just using their time a little bit better. Kev being completely uncontested, being able to just have so much value in Kogane. I think they literally got every Kogane square during that game. So that was just really well played, I think, from Blazor stands.
I mean, I think the big thing as well is well played and Ace's movement in particular was phenomenal.
It really was.
Daft and Ace head to head at many points, and it just, a bit of a tune-up on the noise tank may have just twisted the threads of fate there. Anyway, I think we've got a bunch of people ready for interview. I heard like 50 flipping noises.
Our players are in here. Ding.
So how do you feel about that?
We did it!
Yes!
Man, those
Now you can throw the next game.
I was saying, that was a close game, TM.
Yeah. Yep.
That was close to it.
That sure was. We, we saw 99th on the first board. We were like, Daft probably gonna go there. And it was just a measure of what we really wanted to do outside of that. So I ended up going to Shibuya to try and counter it, but it created quite the threat very quickly for that row 5.
Miku saw it fall, and I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just fuck around in here. And he's like, new graffiti. Okay, I guess.
But it's too early. Or
Like
it's too
graffiti?
fast. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's see,
That's
the
what we
haters and losers were telling me to do graffiti in early, and that's what happens. We choke away an easy win when we do shit like that.
I don't know. But you guys did early graffiti the second game, and I think it worked a lot better. It's just that board in specific is so fast that you can't commit time, especially to 99th, which is a pretty long route.
Sky Dino in game 2 as well. Like, Ace just having free range to grab that graffiti after you grabbed all the squares. I was like, this is some good souls. But that, you either get SDPPF or graffiti. Good luck, figure it out. And credit where credit is due. But the finger was blocked.
It was, and I was almost there too. You only pulled it out by about 12 seconds, 12, 15 seconds.
You'll want to watch that one back, Ace.
Yeah, just watch it back. But,
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Daft, do you have any comments on STPP Air 4 by any chance?
I think
That's
I did-
okay, you don't have to.
I think I goofed up getting it, but I don't know, I got it anyway.
You got it. It was just close.
I feel like Daft is just there, like, is that not the proper route for it?
Yeah, the idea was to go to Highway 0 because Sky Dino takes so much longer to do all of that than Highway 0 that I can go into Highway 0, get the graffiti, and then flex whatever I do in Sky Dino to pick up whatever Daft hasn't. And in that case, it was only graffiti, although I was going for grind 50. It still resulted in a good pile of points for the team while Kev just ran around picking up every possible soul.
Yeah. Kev being completely uncontested did quite a number on your point count that game. You guys got every Kogane square.
Let's go!
Absolute Roomba behavior.
Kev, you are a true sewer rat now. Congrats.
I think I asked myself that. I saw the bottom point mark was the last one. I'm like, okay, well, they're going to get Kibo and win this. But I'm like, has Kev left Kogane? I don't
He was in Shibuya really early, and he got Air 3 and the Dokkan stuff, and then just booked it to Kogane and stayed there the rest of the game.
Yeah,
I mean, I went to Dark Side and never left until Kogane, which I had a practical 0 impact on.
So,
yeah.
But I did want to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No. Yeah, so generally in the game, like the bottom point graffiti at the start and also Sue's entrance, I think in this game, I was skill issuing so hard. I triggered down to emulator because, it's cheating. But I was skill issuing so hard, and at some point, halfway through bottom point, I was like, yeah, if we do lose this game, it's kind of on me. I kind of skill issue bottom point. And then I checked the point count, I was like, Ace is like actually cleaning up. Ace did pick up the,
Oh, yeah.
Ace did pretty well.
Oh, yeah. Ace, we said before you guys joined, Ace, your movement was just incredible this match. I think in both games, you had really clean movement that beat out, you beat out a few squares just by movement alone. And it was really impressive.
I didn't feel like I said, I'm skill issuing too much throughout that match.
RDH graffiti was on because I should have had the break on you, but no, it wasn't enough. So there you go.
I think
We had a co-op.
free sprayed.
Oh, we had a co-op
Wow.
too.
We had a co-op plus a little bit of pre-spray. It was pretty fast.
Yeah.
You'd have to check the tape exactly for what happens though. So
Yeah, Daph had like 5 graffiti things to go in RDH. And
It was
Yeah.
really close in RDH at first, but I think Ace was a little bit ahead on the top part. And
Yeah.
like when he was doing the line of smalls you do in any percent, Daft, you were at Sauna, I believe. So he just had a lot of fast sprays there.
Well, Ace went straight.
Kind of
Ace went straight to top of station. It worked out beautifully because you could first person
yeah.
in, grab top of station, and then do top side, and then the other person
Correct.
finished. So yeah, I knew I was down there, and I'm like, all right, we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
It was close though. I do want to ask real fast, Ace. Did you see platform near starting Spiral and just opt against it during game 2, or were you more focused on grind 50?
it was I want to get out to the tape area earlier. I didn't fully recognize that it existed. Would I have gone for it? Maybe. It's kind of a tell. I kind of had a cloak on a position for a little while, so I didn't entirely want to mark it, so I opted not to, but it wasn't a fully 100% tactical realized decision.
Okay, that's fair enough. I kind of liked it after a bit because you were just like a ghost in Sky Dino for a while, and Daft overcommitted just a tiny bit to Sky Dino. It just took him a bit to get out, and he sprayed a few graffiti, so we couldn't really tell if he wanted to commit to it or not. So I was like, this is an interesting decision if it's tactical, but
So it was kind of half and half, where
I figured you were there.
I wasn't sad with the decision after.
If you listen back, I was baffled because I'm like, well, why isn't Ace getting like half pipes or something right now? I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess I'll go grab these. We were saying Ace.
I had to sneeze.
Okay.
No, I was going for grind 50. That's when I was going to do my big reveal of I'm here, da-da. But I was about 30 grind tricks in, and then you got it. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to start the route from here.
Yeah.
And so I did the second half, starting with the volcanoes down to tape, and then death warp to the start, and did the front half of the route. I thought it was actually very clean.
it was pretty clean.
Except
Yeah.
for the strange death warp out that I didn't get because I
I
looking
tried to get a
forward.
warp. I didn't get a warp
Yeah.
out. I tried to, but it didn't work. Damn you, Dino.
Yeah. So I figured even pulling 3 points out of that dino, going 3-5 instead of 8-0, and
Yeah.
I get a bonus in Skyscraper or Highway 0 gives me a 6-5 lead.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
These goddamn mathematicians.
So I just had to. I fought you on the Skyscraper stuff and lost to air, and then it was basically it. That was the whole game. I sprayed 2 graffitis.
Why the hell did I go get grind? I should have blocked some shit elsewhere. What was I thinking? I was being silly. Would have done that if I was teaming with you. Damn.
No.
Damn.
So Ace, we were talking some before the game about how you haven't won a streamed bingo game in, what was it?
A 2v2 game since July of 2022. So we did it. Woo!
Congrats on breaking the losing streak. How you feeling?
We sucked ass
It
that.
doesn't suck to win.
We sucked ass that season, didn't we?
Oh boy.
But we had fun. And that's
No, that was season 3. The
Yeah,
last series I won was semifinals with Ryomi in season 3. Season 2, we were wild, Daft. We beat the eventual winners and lost to everyone else. It was dumb. We
yeah, we
2-0'd.
did beat Krabby, didn't we?
We beat Krabby and Diller 2-0 and lost, I think, to everybody else, or
How we do that?
or we beat one other team and didn't quite make it there. So
You reminded me,
Yeah,
I'm
that's
announcing I'm once again retiring. I will never lose to Krabby. So long, folks.
let's go.
Miku was on his own.
So
Yeah.
Well, that
Oh,
was
50.
damn
Oh,
good.
that was fast. Shit.
yeah.
Right. So good games, everyone. I think on that note, I think it is time to bring back A classic segment of Jet Set Radio Future Bingo. Brackets, it's only happened twice before. Right, I think it is time to bring in the first match of this season of Pinball Warrior.
Woo! Oh, hell yeah.
Game mode that has every bingo player wake up in a cold sweat. Pinball Warrior. Hooah! In this mode, we'll have every player race against the clock on the exact same board to see who can claim as many points as possible. Whoever has the most points at the end of the time limit will be able to claim the title of Pinball Warrior Champion. Whatcha! With ties broken by whoever gets their final score fastest. Though if you think it's that easy, you clearly haven't seen pinball before. The Bingo Wizards have crafted a diabolical board designed to test even the most hardened veterans of bingo. In fact, why don't we give them a sneak peek of what we have in store for our players this time? Yo, Ace, break it down for these Rudies.
In this season, the board consists of 5 types of squares, each corresponding to a type of tape soul that can be unlocked and collected. For every tape soul that is picked up, players can mark a corresponding square of their choice. But can bingo players really handle this much freedom?
Buckle up, kiddies. Let's begin another match of Pinball Warrior.
And here is the first match of pinball with Twinkachu and Vane. And commentating with me is Twinkachu.
That's so crazy. I'm gonna be so nice to myself. Okay.
So, yeah, we've already gone through the rules in the little intro video, assuming that I've actually got that all set up. You know, knowing me very well prepared. So both teams immediately going for some tape souls, both players immediately going for tape souls. Twinkachu for Kokidai Heights and Vane in Shibuya Terminal. How did you find this board? Because I had to keep this a secret from you, obviously, as an organizer.
So confusing. Baffling. I had no idea what I was doing. I feel like also it is important context that the gameplay that is happening on my feed is like the first bingo game I had played in maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
So, don't judge me too hard.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You spent a lot of time getting bingo prepared, not a lot of time actually playing the bingo.
I don't play video games.
Yeah.
That's for nerds. I don't do that. Anyway, so Vane is in Shibuya here. Obviously lots of very easy to do challenges in Shibuya. I am in RDH doing like grind and maybe special or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing in any given area, I think more important than any other soul, is special. Just because the nature of the board was I very much wanted to make sure that players had to get special, waste as much time as possible. So the diagonals are all specials.
Yeah, I think in the like pre-game discussion, Vane and I were saying like, if nothing else, the first thing we should go for is that the center bingos, which only require one special. Because obviously specials take quite a lot of time. So, trying to minimize those.
I can see Vane taking a while to decide where to mark squares and, figuring out where to go next. I mean, that's one of the big things is, you've got a minute to look at the board, but it's not exactly plenty of time, especially when I've just given you an entirely new rule set to think about.
Yeah, especially, like, with this board, with this challenge, half of the challenge is figuring out, like, which square you're going to mark for every challenge. So you'll see us pausing a little extra to figure out, like, okay, I want to mark this special.
I mean, that's one thing I remembered from when you both played, is the amount of communication you did was just like, okay, mark this specific square with this soul, and like actually quite organised where you actually marked squares. There wasn't any like major mismarking or any kind of wackiness from there. And I can see you're going for 99th Special, the classic.
Yeah, at this point, Vane is continuing to do stuff in the like Shibuya areas. Obviously, lots of relatively quick stuff over there, and I headed out towards Darkside because I am significantly more comfortable doing Darkside challenges than I am doing like Kogane challenges.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I'm genuinely like not sure. Like, obviously, Shibuya-cho is just because it's like the earliest area in the entire game. tends to have
Yeah.
the quickest stuff because it's not designed for you to be there for long periods of time. Whereas
It's got smaller areas,
yeah.
which minimizes your travel time.
Yeah, even Hikage is, quite a small level, all things considered. You just have to take the trip to the tape. It's
Yeah.
it really comes down to the other two areas and how both players really handle that. I mean, so far, a good amount of squares all over the place, and the first special soul, which kind of opens up the bingos.
Yeah. I'm sure the perfect pinball people will disagree with me, but I think for this challenge in deciding whether you're going to dark side or sewers, I think like your personal comfort with those levels is probably more of a deciding factor than like the actual difficulty of the challenges.
It's like,
And that might be controversial. I don't know.
I think at the end of the day, if you were to hypothetically do some form of perfect pinball, routing, you would have to go to any and all areas. But at the end of the day, any mistake, uses up that valuable time that, 10 minutes, it's a long time, and then not long enough. And there we go, we've got 2 bingos already.
Those 2 that only have the one special, the center square. And so at this point, I think we both realize, like, okay, we actually have to do some specials.
Yeah, you can't just build bingos without specials, and looks like Vane going for the Shibuya special, so a nice lap of the level.
Yeah, I think of the levels to like full complete, Chuo isn't that bad, because if you're doing a full lap, like you're getting a couple extra souls. It's not like you're doing the full lap just for one.
Yeah. I mean, Chuo famous last season for being the objectively worst place to go for pinball. Because I think, if I remember correctly, the Perfect Pinball Project got every single square except for one of the Chuo souls.
I thought it was like a skyscraper soul, but I have a terrible memory.
Finished off in skyscraper. It was one of the canal souls. It was like objectively bad.
Objectively not worth it.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Now, I very specifically remember I'm opting to go to Dino because it's smaller than Skyscraper. Like, trying to search for souls in Skyscraper seemed kind of miserable because of how giant it is.
Yeah, I mean,
I was
very condensed.
Yeah, I was really thinking about area size with a lot of my decision making.
Yeah, I mean, like, the smaller the area, I mean, yeah, compared to Skyscraper District, Highway Zero or Sky Dino, vastly smaller maps. I feel like vast is the exact wrong word to use when talking about, small maps, but you get the point.
Yeah. Significantly more condensed. You can unlock things and then pick them up much faster with much less running around. Alright, Vane is leaving Chuo, having picked up a good number of souls there. Presumably heading somewhere else in these Shibuya areas. Yeah, it looks like Hikage.
Oh, it looks like you went for special there, unless I missed you getting special earlier in Sky Dino.
I think I messed up special once during this.
You can tell us it's tactical. I'll just have to.
Oh yeah, no, I very tactically, very specifically and strategically missed the jump for tactics to get myself into a better position here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
See, perfect.
So I did probably miss it once, but except I didn't point it out when it happened, so you didn't see it.
Yeah.
Nothing to see there.
And Bane climbing up in Hikage, which is a solid level to be in. Though time is running out, 2 minutes left on the clock. Really just have to get as many squares as possible. But there is tricks there.
This part of Hikage is good because so many souls like spawn here that you can then pick up pretty immediately. You can grab tricks and air over here.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those where Hikage is a very condensed level in and of itself. If you can get to an area with some squares, there's tricks, so I'm going to see that third bingo. Love to see it.
Let's go.
So far, I think you're on your way out of Skydiner as well. Vayne getting air.
Oh, I think I'm grabbing one more thing before I leave.
Ah, yes, on the,
Yeah. On the loop.
That makes sense.
I don't remember off the top of my head. This points.
And at this point, we're in the last minute of the game, so it's very much a race to see what's available. I mean, so far 3 bingos and what's that? 16 squares. So any and all squares to kind of build out some more, like just some extra points towards the end. Definitely valuable. Almost certainly not another bingo though, because of the special requirement.
Yeah. Unless has Vayne already picked up the Hikage special?
I think this is Hikage special right now that Vayne's picking up. So
Okay.
But they're running out of time, so they've got to get that marked very, very quickly. Because that's where the time was.
Right, we had
the marking.
Yeah, and also Vayne clicked that row 2 square, that would have been an extra bingo, but it wouldn't have counted anyways. So.
Yeah. And that puts Tungichu and Vayne in at a strong start at 23 points at 9 minutes and 55 seconds. How will the other teams fare against this board? Find out next time on Jet Set Radio Future Bingo Pinball Warrior.